Ahoy, Wrecked mateys! We're back for 2 episodes of the Wrecked joy that is this show, with episode 8, Speed, and episode 9, The Setup. Stay tuned.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Oh, there we are. Getting back, getting down with it in the studio.
Best
for
moves.
the shizzle. All right, Hey guys, what's up? I'm your host of the Wrecked After Show here at AfterBuzz, Andrew Mena. You can find me on Twitter at Andrew Mena, on Instagram at the Andrew Mena. To my left, as always, is my delightful co-host Amy. Amy, say hello to the people.
Hi. I love this song.
It's a good song.
I really do.
What grade were you in when this song came out?
4th grade.
That's crazy to me.
4th grade.
I feel so
Great
old.
times. Hi everyone, I'm Amy Cassandra. You guys can find me on Twitter and Instagram at AmyCassandra_TV and AmyCassandra.com. I can't with like busted loose.
Yeah.
And I feel like,
yeah. We have to turn this song off quick
sorry,
before
sorry.
we. Yeah, we're gonna get real distracted.
I'm gonna get
real quick.
real hood up in here.
Oh snap!
Oh.
Oh snap!
Oh.
It's about to go down.
It is.
Welcome back, you guys. We have 2 episodes to talk about this week, and they were delightful. I don't know how
they
you.
were.
Okay, great.
Yes.
I'm glad we're on the same page about
Yeah.
that. There's really exciting stuff going on. We finally see where Steve is. He's not in the brig or anything. He's like on the team again.
Yeah.
And we haven't seen Barracuda yet, so I'm still holding out hope that maybe she's somewhere, but probably left on the island. It seems like at this point, because we did see that they have in the next episode we see that they have the drunk tank, the little jail cell thing. So that is there.
It
and
is.
unless they're going to reveal, oh yeah, there are other people in a jail cell right next to them.
We just couldn't hear them.
Yeah, they just were not reacting to anything that happened.
No.
Then I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll find out.
Yeah.
But in this episode, we get a wedding. It's a wedding episode, and of course, Corey is ordained, so he's going to be the guy. So Corey. Let's talk about Corey. Do you remember all of the Corey bits? We've had a lot of little Corey bits over the course of the last 2 seasons.
Yeah. I mean, they're not permanently ingrained in my brain.
You know, I think that's the wonderful thing about, and Rory Scovel, the comedian who plays Corey, Corey. Oh, it's so close. He does such a wonderful job of just being like just there, doing the minimum of just being a nice guy, just a general nice guy, like totally. Just living this situation and being kind and normal, and no one remembers him. It's just the punchline that just, who's this fucking guy? Is
Carl?
Jack?
Christopher?
Jeff? Franklin?
Joseph?
Yeah, they cannot remember the guy's name. So thoughts about this, because I feel like I'm kind of happy with the reveal of like, oh yeah, this is the guy that you never remember the name of. Now he's gonna go a little crazy. Like,
those are the ones you have to watch out for, because if you don't notice them, that doesn't mean anything, because they're still there.
They're still there. They're still gonna be there, you guys. You better notice.
Yeah, notice everyone. Don't ignore people. Don't get on their bad side, because you just never know.
He's almost like a foil for Danny. Like Danny and he could be similar characters, but there's the brotherhood between Owen and Danny, and whereas Corey's just kind of like on his own. He doesn't really have like someone to confide in or anything. He's very lonely. It's super creepy. We find out, like, oh my gosh, and like his action's creepy enough, but like there's that scene where he's writing in his room and you see all those pictures of like a woman in glasses, and you're like, he's been drawing Florence. That's so weird.
He's so freaking creepy, Corey. What the heck?
Oh man.
I'm glad we can actually remember his name.
Yeah. We got it on lock now.
It's okay. Corey.
Corey.
So Corey, if you're watching this, we know your name.
So to jump back from Corey for just a second, well, and we'll get there again because he's prevalent prevalent, whatever.
Both.
In this episode. Both.
Tomato.
Who says tomato? All right.
Who doesn't?
Let's not get into this.
I say tomato all the
Do
time.
Do you?
No.
Okay. As long as you're real about that. So Flo and Owen. Flowing. Loving it. So into it. They're so cute together. We'll get to the end of this episode, which I don't know if you've had these relationships where you scream loving things at each other, like at the end of this episode. We'll jump to it because it's just too good. When they finally like reconcile and they're just like, well, I really want to move in together. I really want to make this work or whatever.
I really like you. I have feelings. Well, I have feelings for you too.
Exactly.
Well, why didn't we say this before? Because communication
is hard. Yeah. I loved that. It's so real, and I don't know if this is your experience, audience, but like in a long-term relationship, I've gotten there to that point where you're just like, well, I'm mad, and I'm saying something, but it's actually a very loving thing. It's like, well, I love you too. It's like, well, great. Why are we mad? I don't know. I'm mirroring your energy. Like,
so relatable.
Yeah.
So lovable. These two.
Wonderful.
You guys just belong together.
And that moment too, like right after they screamed at each other, where they're like, have we just made up? Is this us being made up? Great, let's kiss. And then they have like the spit down their mouths from screaming at each other, and just
keeping it real.
That's love, you guys. And I appreciate so much that they're willing to get like nasty in this show about like, gross stuff happens, you guys. Part of love.
It happens, and you just roll with it.
Absolutely.
Like life in general.
So Corey becomes a big part of this episode because Owen has issues. Before we get the reconcile, before we get the we care about each other thing, he kind of like freaks out a little bit because of the going to a wedding is a normal couple thing, and he had always considered like, oh well, we're only together because of this like moment of dire straits kind of thing, like under pressure, and you know we won't last outside in the real world. Like he's really worried. I think he's just being insecure.
Yeah, Owen, calm down. It's fine.
Yeah,
it's a freaking wedding on a ship.
On a ship.
Like everyone spent quite a long time together at this point, so it's fine.
Yeah, like,
it's fine. Calm down.
You've dealt with your poop problems on this island with these people. Like you can do with anything. Yes! Yeah.
See, this isn't even that bad.
Yeah, it could be way worse.
It's just a wedding.
It's just a wedding.
I'm going with a lady.
Super cute. I really enjoyed the wedding. I thought it was a really delightful little like party for them to have.
Yeah.
There were a lot of little weird things that I was excited about, but also like surprised by. The Karen and the Karen thing. Where he basically is like, "Hey, come dance with me." And she's like, oh, what did she say? She was like, oh, I've been waiting for this for a while, or something like that. Oh, it's about damn time. It's about fucking time, I think is what she says verbatim. And he's like, oh my God, Karen.
The way you said that is just like Mean Girls. Like, oh my gosh, Karen.
Oh my gosh,
oh
Karen.
my gosh, Karen. You can't just ask someone.
You can't just like, you can't just make out with Owen. He's like flows. Anyway, that was great.
That was really good. That was really good.
Thanks. So Owen's toast.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah. I mean, it's interesting that he goes to Karen.
Yeah.
But
I think he doesn't have a lot of options.
Yeah.
Like I think the only other person he could have gone to or would have gone to is Jess, and Jess is the bride.
So that
so
would be
like,
awkward.
come on. Yeah, that's not cool.
By the way, Jess's dress, like her little crop top.
Yeah.
And the bottom, were those sheets?
I don't know.
It was
Good
so
question.
cute.
It was really cute. She's like killing it essentially.
Yeah.
It was cool that they were able to find tuxedos like on this ship,
yeah.
like that they just happen to have. Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah,
I
nice.
loved the captain's uniforms.
Hey.
Very cute.
I mean, ahoy.
Ahoy.
Ar?
Ar ahoy?
Pirates, Canadians, no.
Pirates, Canadians, and
It's ahoy.
ship people. These are the questions. So that brings us to our kind of subplot of this episode, is that Pac and Steve, who are palling around for no real reason, find $165,000, probably pirate. And they immediately go kind of crazy at each other, trying to. First, they're like, we're not going to tell anyone. They can't mathematically figure out how they would split that amount of money between 35 people. I did the math. It'd still be like not bad. They get about that $5,000, a little less than that.
Yeah, well, it doesn't.
They're like, it would be $7.
$7. I was like,
silly.
$7 each.
Guys, you don't. That's not math.
No.
Yeah, and then they make the mistake of telling Todd or Chet.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Because freaking Steve underestimated Chet. And was
Yeah.
like, he's high. It's fine.
His face when he tells him to, it just like, it like goes from chill stoner dude to Hannibal Lecter in like a second.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Did you believe that he really did have a gun against Steve's
No, I don't know.
Darn it.
I mean, I kind of did. No.
Okay.
You know what? I won't lie. I suspended my disbelief. I was like, whoa, this is a crazy side we're seeing of him.
Yes.
Like, I did not want to believe, but I did believe. I was like, wow, this is a dark turn.
Yeah.
And then when it turned out to be a bottle, I was less surprised. So I was like, oh, he was high, and he was like, how do I get this? How do I do this? I've seen movies, like, you know.
Yeah. I mean, hey, beer bottle. I don't know.
Oh yeah.
But I would imagine it feels exactly like a gun.
I mean, especially if you're scared.
Believable. Yeah.
Yeah. If you're scared, anything feels like a gun. Feels like a beer gun. So we get Yeah. Awesome.
Well, I'm reading my notes because I wrote, okay, Chet with gun? What?
Yeah,
No, it's a bottle.
I wrote down his line, well, ain't that something? That was really creepy, really scary.
Go.
No, I was just going to say, I didn't mention this when I mentioned Owen's toast, but I thought Owen's toast was delightful. Mm-hmm. And I was really touched a little bit by when Todd is just like a little crying and he's like, you got me, man. You got me. The way that like really, really masculine dudes who like can't stand that they're crying, like cry sometimes. Like, you got me, man. He's, oh, you really got me. You know? What a fun prank. You really got me with these emotions. What is he doing? It's like such a funny like point of view for him to have.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, I really got by these emotions that you put into me or whatever.
Yeah, so sweet. And I'm just surprised they actually did get married. I mean, if Corey really is ordained, this was legit.
This is a legit thing.
Yeah.
I'm happy for them. Mm-hmm. I'm excited for them. There are some things that Corey says kind of like in a way that you're like, I don't believe you, about like witnessing their love and how beautiful it is. And I honestly think that's true. Like, you know, they throw some like weird curveballs at them in the last couple episodes, especially with like the three-way and the kind of all of that. And it turns out to be therapy for them, right? Yeah, I totally get that. But like, but it like turned out so well, right?
Yeah.
And that's what I think is so exciting about this story is like this is a story of how dysfunction feeds into the growth of people and the rounding out of people and the ability of people to like take second chances and make them like real, workable, wonderful like lives.
And they're so much stronger now than they were before everything happened.
Absolutely.
So three-way brought them together. In
That's what we're saying.
A fun way.
So for those of you at home who haven't tried it yet, I'm just kidding.
Oh.
So Danny and Owen, and so they're still dealing with this whole. Well, Danny's feeling very put off, right? Yeah. We still have that whole thing going. So he actually gets in the corner of Corey during the kind of flow. Is it Owen or Corey kind of thing? Mm-hmm. And he kind of tries to like goad them on and like mess with them essentially. And so in the next episode, we'll talk about this more, but he says like, you're the guy that emboldened me. Like you made this possible. This is on you. Yeah. And so that's very, it's very frustrating. Like we kind of called this earlier. We're like, we don't want Danny to like take a proactive step towards being, towards breaking them up. But we knew it was coming because he's so not a fan of flowing.
That is true, but also I trust Danny way more than Corey.
Absolutely.
Like, Danny, even though he's crazy sometimes and he loves Owen.
Oh, he does. So much.
He wouldn't have ever done that, what Corey did.
And see, that's my worry, is that he emboldens, like, all you have to do evil is to, like, embolden evil people. You know what I mean? And that is essentially what he did, is he stepped aside and was like, hey, do some evil for me. You know what I mean? Like... Yes. And I'm being very broad, obviously. Like, evil is very, like, strong term for what Corey does.
Well,
it's messed up. It's pretty messed up.
The ship? Yeah. Like, the engine room?
Okay, you could call it like evil.
Okay. But yeah, okay, so the little dance battle, in a weird way, between, Florence and Corey and... Karen and Owen.
Yes.
Because I keep wanting to say, every single time I say Florence, I want to say Flowen now.
Yeah, now it's natural. Yeah.
Yeah. It's part of our lingo here.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's why we had to play Nelly's Hot and Her.
Exactly, because of the dance battle.
That was beautiful. That was a little
wonderful.
Montage of dance moves I haven't seen in a while.
I was going to say, I think that everyone there danced better than I expected them to, which is like not to say that I didn't think those actors could dance, but I was just like, those characters can't dance. Oh, no, they can.
Karen's dancing was fun.
She was killing it. I was like, dang, Karen. Yeah,
you go, Karen.
I get it. I was like, even if you're not attracted to Karen outside of this, you can be attracted to that dancing. She's killing it. Like, that's cool. It was great.
Well, and we also had the montage of Pac and Chet and Steve running around with the money.
Exactly. Ultimately doing the whole I'm going to throw it over the edge thing, and this has made us crazy, and Pac does that, and they all have that moment of reconciliation, but he didn't even do it. Oh, Pac. Ooh.
See, that's something that the writers, directors, everyone working on the show, they do such a good job, just because, I mean, I totally believed that Chet had found a gun somewhere and was holding it against Steve's back. I totally...
There are rooms full of guns on the ship, right?
Of
Yeah, it's
course.
totally believable.
Believed it. I totally believed that Pac had thrown away the money.
Yeah. I totally...
But what the heck?
Oh, and then, nope. Now the game becomes he has to keep that stuff safe. He has to keep all that money hidden, right? And like, how many other nights?
No.
How many other nights are you? Like, I agree. He should share it with everyone on the ship, and they could all have like $5,000.
Is caring.
I agree. My only thing is, I think it's interesting thematically for him to have it like. Now he's the only one with this secret, and he's got to find a way to keep it. And I don't think he's going to be able to. It feels like an impossible goal.
Who do you think is gonna find it? Karen.
Karen. She's got to find it, and Karen is going to be the least understanding about it. You know what I mean? She's going to be like, "Oh, you're trying to steal from all of us, taking food out of our mouths." Like, I don't think that Karen will be kind. Not that we're in a place to really deal with that issue right now, because
survival.
At the end of this episode, there is an explosion. We see a shadowy figure throw a grenade of all things into the engine room and walk away, which leads us into episode 9.
Ooh,
episode
page
9.
has been turned.
The page is turned. So I have less notes for this one because it's kind of a crazy whirlwind. Like a lot happens, and it's all kind of on the same main storyline, which is Corey has proven himself to be an insane person.
Pretty much.
Yeah, he's been obsessed with Flo the entire time. We get a little creepy montage of him like loving Flo over the course of the last 2 seasons, right?
Yeah.
Like all of those moments of him like hugging her, like that one kiss that they shared, like her resuscitating him.
Yeah. It was like, calm down. It wasn't anything more than
it's not what you think it is, Corey.
Awkward for him.
It's really it's awkward. And we get to see the like glimpses of his room where he sets up this master plan where he has hidden a bandolier of grenades. A bandolier? Oh, that's a big term. I mean, it's a pretty guilty thing for someone to say.
No, Todd. No.
It's so ridiculous. But essentially, and he writes a silly journal. It was all very snaky, all very underhanded the way he does it. He even like forces other people to discover the clues that he's planted.
Oh, look.
Where he's like, oh, what's that over there, Pac? I'm just kind of peeking out there. No, right there. No. Like, hold on. He grabs it for him, and he's like, Pac just found a journal. What? Crazy.
Why doesn't Pac say something?
I know, and he's like, yeah, I guess I found it. Sure.
Whoa, that's crazy.
Everyone's so swept up in the narrative that Corey is selling them that they're just like, okay, yeah, all of this checks out. I mean, Owen does seem like a weird dude. He's normal, but weird.
Florence even said, I mean, most people do like you.
Yeah.
And he's just like, what?
Most? Yeah.
What? What did I do?
Yeah.
But okay, so they're having to retrace their steps from the night before.
Mm-hmm.
Jess and Todd are hungover.
Yes.
They just got married. But
oh, and Danny plays the detective, which is great.
Yeah, he
really
stepped
enjoyed
up.
that.
But the conga line
Oh, I loved that. Recreating the conga.
is their saving grace, almost.
Almost. I'm so upset that it didn't work out. I thought that was such a genius strike, and then he just weasels his way in there. He hears that she's the weak link, and is like, yeah, remember I said your dress was pretty, and she's just all emotional. She's like, oh my God, thank you for that. And you're just like, I bet you she heard that from 50 people. Oh, no.
It's not cool.
At least 35.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did write Corey is cray.
Corey is cray.
Hashtag Corey's cray.
Hashtags Corey's cray. Yeah. So I feel like I'm at a place with Corey where I just feel like there's no way back for him at this point. He's gone beyond the pale, and it's frustrating because I liked who Corey should have been, like as a character, or who he is as a character, as just like I'm just kind of a guy trying to survive, and I like that he's like almost the Jerry to like do like Parks and Rec of the place where they're just like, what's his name? Rick, Frankie, Bill. And it's like I thought that was fine that he's just forgettable, but of course you can't be forgettable for very long and have people like. You know,
you want to be remembered.
Yeah, and he's gonna make sure they have memories, whether they're positive or not.
Yeah, well, the last scene, I believe it was the last scene that we saw. They're like, this was sabotage. Like, who did it? And then they zoom in on him. What? Like, what? Stop.
Yeah,
Stop it.
He's so ridiculous. The other big part of this story, besides that Steve and Karen boned, oh man.
That
you
was a
feelings?
shocker.
And then she's super into it too. She's like, yeah, come back here.
Yeah.
Get back over
and then
here.
he's
like, come on, woman, I was high.
Yeah,
No, that's enough. It's enough. No, I loved it. You know what I really loved, though? This is our episode where we got to meet Luther.
Okay, so there's the whole, let's see if this will work. Darren. No. Kevin. Steve and Karen.
Okay.
What?
It's
Okay,
Starren?
the other one is Stuther.
Stuther.
Or Leave.
I like Leave. Yeah.
Leave.
So I liked Leave a lot. I love their
love
like.
Leave
So she has
more.
a type, a cool guy type. Yeah, it seems like it. It's so
Yes!
funny. I was dying.
So sweet.
And their like little moment of like, really? Oh,
Seriously?
Like, seriously? Really? Like
Yeah,
that
oh.
whole bit. I was so cute.
And then they say it's almost, well, Steve's talking about how he felt, he's had a really tough time lately. And then Luther starts talking. He's like, no, this is about me.
Yeah. He's like, oh, all right.
Okay.
And he's like in chains. He's like, all right, well, okay, you go.
Well, there's nothing.
I'm willing.
Yeah. And then he keeps saying how everything just brought him to Luther and how it's almost like it was our destiny. And they say it at the same time.
Oh,
so cute.
it was super cute.
I'm more for Leave than Darren.
Yes, I get that. I'm
Okay.
super into Leave. I can't wait to see where Leave goes. I hope Leave is the new buddy comedy of the century. Like, I'm so excited that they're together.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a big fan of them together in general. If you guys are fans of, like, Jimmy and Clement, like, I believe Rhys Darby is on their show, the Flight of the Conchords show, as well as, like, he's in a bunch of those movies. If you ever watch, like, What We Do in the Shadows, is an awesome movie that they're both in. Anyway. They're great. I'm super glad that they're working together on this show, which is just so much fun. But we are in a sinking ship now, a literal sinking ship.
Owen and Danny
Yes.
are behind bars.
Yes.
Did this remind you of anything that you've ever seen in movies?
It kind of. I mean, that's like, isn't it like Poseidon Adventure kind of that we were talking about?
Yeah, I thought about Titanic.
Oh, Titanic. Also a great point.
When Jack and Rose are running and then they need to get that one gate open or the door open, and it's like it was exactly the same in my mind because
Yes.
I'm thinking, no, they're not gonna make it. and then do you think they would do something like that? That maybe between Danny
Maybe.
and Owen, they have to be like, never let go.
I think they will have one of those moments. I think maybe no one will die, or if they do die, it'll be like a
my
really
gosh.
momentary drowning kind of thing, where like Danny like he sacrificed himself sort of thing, but then they like resuscitate him really quick. So he's like technically dead for a minute or something.
Yeah.
You know.
Predictions. Huh?
Predictions. All right. So I think we're there at this point. So prediction time.
Your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
Oh,
Great.
these are different.
Yeah.
I've never heard these.
That was the voice of God.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hey.
What's up? Thank you.
Oh, just chilling on a Sunday. Usually my day off.
Oh, well, we appreciate you being in the studio.
That's me.
Oh man. Well, you can rest.
Thanks.
You're welcome. So, predictions.
Yes.
Gosh, so we're in a sinking ship. We've talked before about whether or not they're going to kind of like do the genre of sinking ship movies and stuff like that. I'm really hoping for it. I want a Poseidon Adventure coming up. Not because I want the characters to have to go through that, because I don't. But at the same time, I think we're kind of setting ourselves up. I would love to see Titanic, especially because the kind of, tenuous relationship between Danny and Owen right now needs to be like resolved and renewed.
That, yeah.
And I think that's a great opportunity for them to like be together, you know?
And Corey could be the bad guy.
Yeah, he could be.
Which he already is.
Yeah, he could be that one guy for that no one remembers.
The one that, when they say only women and children, he's like, oh, I have family.
I'm a child of someone, and then he jumps on. Yeah,
Yeah.
that guy's a jerk.
Not a fan.
Not a fan.
No one does remember his name.
Yeah, and that's not
Karen?
our fault.
That is not.
Yeah.
He's like Corey.
He's just like Corey.
The connection.
Oh no, it's coming together. So yeah, I do hope it's gonna be Titanic or Poseidon Adventure. What else? I mean, we're almost set up for like a Jaws scenario if they're like,
That would be
if there's like a
great.
crazy shark or something out there. Man,
Karen could take care of the shark.
yeah, Karen would be our Shaw. She would be the nails on the chalkboard guy who's like, I can get him for you. You get the teeth, the thing, the whole rest of the shark is what I'll get for you. She'll do that whole thing, I think. I
Yeah.
hope we
We're
get
going
her
to
with
need
like
a bigger boat.
yeah, that's a
Yes.
line from that movie too.
Da-da, da-da.
Oh man, you guys, did you know that Amy Cassandra does sound effects and music? If you need her to score your thing, she'll score it all with her vocals.
Yes.
And she'll whisper sweet, sweet, sweet yeses. Great. So I hope for some of these and more. I'm excited now that Jess and Todd are together. I hope we are not immediately hit with like troubles for them. I think that might be a little, I don't know. I think it's easy.
What if she gets pregnant?
What if she's been pregnant and they like are just telling each other? Maybe that's part of why she was like, yeah, absolutely, let's get married. Oh man, because we had the like fake out pregnancy of the crazy lady on the island. What if we get this is a terrible time for someone to be pregnant.
This like a real baby.
Yeah, like a real actual baby.
Well, I'm sure the baby would love the creamed corn.
Yeah, which we have in plenty on this boat. Which
unfortunately. Owen. Also, Pac. What is he gonna do with all that money?
Is he gonna hold on to that money? I think he's gonna. I think there has to be. I think there's more comedy and more fun to be had in him maintaining this crazy secret for a while. He's hiding it in a lounging chair on the deck next to the pool. So like, I imagine there's a sequence where someone is tanning, right? And like he can't get that money out from the tanning person, and they're tanning for too long. Maybe they even fall asleep tanning.
Yes.
Maybe it's Karen. I don't know if Karen tans, but we'll find out.
She could be a tanner.
She could be a tanner.
Or it could be when the ship is sinking, and I'm thinking like Titanic style, where it breaks in half and then it just.
Yeah, and Pac is trying to save the money, and everyone else is trying to save each other.
And then the chair is out there. He's like, no.
And he either has to swim towards his friends or towards the money. Oh man, you guys, we got some Pac's decisions to be made.
Yeah.
Oh, exciting.
All in the season
Very exciting.
finale.
Yes, I really hope Luther survives. I feel like he's chained up, so we have like a really easy possible like sad death on our hands.
Chains.
I don't want that.
Chains, just like in Titanic.
We're tying it all together.
It makes sense, guys.
It all makes sense. You guys, if you have a movie that you think this show should be doing a thing with, whether it has to do with boats, sharks, or something else, let us know. Let us know in the comments below. Tweet at us. Where can they tweet at you, Amy?
Amy Cassandra _TV. You can also, just like my pictures on Instagram.
You can do that.
Comment there too. At Amy Cassandra _TV as well, and amycassandra.com. Make sure to join us later today at 6 and at 10 for the Defenders panel.
Ooh, girl.
We're wrapping up the short season, and there's so much to talk about. Oh my gosh.
Yes, you better check in because she's got a lot to say. It's going to be really good, you guys.
And I will be dressed as someone.
Oh, cosplay afoot.
Yes.
Nice. Well, tune in. That's all she's going to say right now. I've been Andrew Mena, and I still will be an Andrew Mena in the future. If you want to find me on Twitter, that's at Andrew Mena, and on Instagram, it's the Andrew Mena. If you like D&D podcasts, maybe just check that out. I've got a new one. Well, not that new anymore. It's got 12 episodes deep, but we're welcome to the Dungeon Hole. Check us out on iTunes, on SoundCloud, our Twitter, our Instagram. We got it all. We'll join you guys next week for the season finale of Wrecked, if you can believe it. Our hopes are high, but our needs are low.
Our opinions.
Our opinions are worthless.
No, we have plenty of those too.
Yeah, we have all the opinions we need. Let's see you guys next week, and thanks again.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Whoa!
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.